You won't believe this Airbnb disaster. It's one of those stories you think only happens in movies, but nope, it happened to me. And let me tell you, it was an experience I won't soon forget. Keep watching if you love travel horror stories. I was planning a weekend getaway to escape city life. I wanted a serene, picturesque retreat to unwind and recharge. I booked a charming rustic cottage on Airbnb. The photos? Jaw-dropping. Exposed beams, a fireplace, vineyard views, the works. It looked like something straight out of a travel magazine. Reality? I walked in and bam! My dream vacation turned into a nightmare. The place was nothing like the photos. It was like stepping into a completely different world. I'm in a garden shed. Yep, a shed. Not a cozy cottage, not a rustic retreat, but a literal garden shed. I couldn't believe my eyes. Complete with a camping cot, which looked like it had seen better days. It was the kind of bed you'd expect on a camping trip, not in a luxury Airbnb. A kitchenette that's just a hot plate and a cooler. How was I supposed to cook anything substantial with that? It was like they threw in the bare minimum and called it a day, and romantic lighting from a single sad, flickering bulb. But here's the kicker, I stayed. Why? Because sometimes you just have to make the best of a bad situation. The host swore it was cozy once you get used to it. Plus non-refundable policy, and let's be real, my pride was on the line. I didn't want to admit defeat and go back home, so I decided to tough it out. I mean, how bad could it be, right? I was determined to make the most of it, even if it meant roughing it for a few days. I spent 3 nights there, and by glorious, I mean absolutely miserable. The camping cot was as uncomfortable as it looked, and I barely got any sleep. Woke up with a spider in my hair, which was the last thing I needed. I nearly jumped out of my skin. Got extra cozy with the camping cot, which creaked with every movement. It was like sleeping on a bed of nails. And even figured out how to cook on a hot plate. Let's just say my culinary skills were put to the test. I managed to make some basic meals. And did I leave a scathing review? Nah, I thought about it, but then I remembered the host's reaction. The host cried when I mentioned reporting them, which made me feel a bit guilty. They seemed genuinely sorry, and I didn't want to ruin their livelihood. So I ended up leaving a 5-star review, because sometimes you just gotta roll with it. Life is too short to hold grudges, and I figured it was a story worth telling. You just gotta roll with it. It was an adventure, albeit an unexpected one, and now I have a story to tell for years to come. So, what's your worst Airbnb bait-and-switch story? I know I'm not the only one who's had a less than stellar experience. Drop it in the comments, let's share our horror stories and maybe even have a laugh about it. Can't wait to read them. Your stories might just make me feel better about my own misadventure.